And like you said, you've gotten to travel to so many places. One of the places being Tokyo and the other place being Paris for the Olympics. They were drastically different. So can you give us some insight on your experiences for both?
Yeah.
Starting out with Tokyo.
Yeah, Tokyo, first Olympic Games. It was during that COVID time, so no fans was in the stands. Couldn't have, or you had to do a COVID test every day. Couldn't do the opening ceremony, couldn't do closing. Once you were done competing, you had to leave 2 days after, so you couldn't sightsee. But one thing that I always think of or remember is during that Tokyo Games, I had no familiar face in the stands. I kind of got used to that just because, not everybody can make every single meet, but to be on the biggest stage and not have a familiar face in the stands, it was one of those trying to convince myself, all right, I've done this before, but it's the biggest stage. So my coach now, he knows that, dealt with nerves at that meet. First time ever feeling it, whole body went numb right before competition started. And then once I got done my last throw, boom, everything rushed back and all the feeling. It was weird. I called him. I was like, I don't know what happened. He's like, it's just nerves. And I was like, I felt nerves before. He's like, nah, it's nerves. It's different. Then we fast forward and we get to Paris. I'm able to have my wife out there. One of my best friends, he decided to make a last-minute trip to get out there. My mother-in-law came out there, and my coach was out there. So I had familiar faces in the stands with me. And I felt prepared and ready to rock for Paris. Unfortunately, it just didn't click. And, that happens. But it kind of opened my eyes to go, I'm excited now for this next step because we prepared very well. It's going to click when it's time.
Yeah. That's what's up right there. What is the Olympic Village like? You hear so many different stories. Just tell us how it is, man.
Yeah. Since I'm happy that Paris was the way it was because I got to experience the whole Olympic Village and the whole Olympic experience with the opening ceremony and everything. A lot of athletes at the top level of their sport, all in one spot. It's one of those feelings of walking around and going, man, you're really good at your sport, just like how I'm good at my sport. And just knowing that we all worked hard, we've all sacrificed a lot of stuff just to be where we're at on this big stage. People are friendly, people communicate, the social life is awesome out there. And it's funny, it can be overwhelming, but the cool part is you have your own space that you can go and take a breather where you're like, all right, so much social stuff going on, let me go ahead and take a step back, go to my room, and I'll be fine. So it's pretty cool.
Did you meet LeBron?
He walked past me and gave him one of them head nods. I don't think he saw it.
Dang.
But everybody else rushed him to try and see him. So
yeah.
But I did get a picture with AD. It was pretty cool.
Shout out AD.
Yeah.
Come on, Brian. You can't walk past my guy
It's all
right
good.
here.
It's all good. It was cool seeing all the basketball players kind of walking by so they can get on the boat before everybody.
I met KD like 3 weeks ago in Colorado, and I saw who was it? Shelby was taking pictures with all them. Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, look, who did you room with when you were out there?
So my roommate was Heath. He was multi.
Yeah.
Great guy. And then so he was out there with us, and everybody was just trying to get a picture with LeBron, and we're just looking. I'm just happy to say I seen him in person.
Yeah, I feel you. And people don't understand like the luxury of the Olympic Village, like rooms aren't that luxury. Is it really cardboard, the beds?
Yeah, so the beds are made of cardboard. The reasons that they say on social media, I want to say they're not true because the beds are sturdy. They're really strong. But I got lucky, and USATF, I'm assuming, said I'm too big for that bed, so they gave me a regular size bed.
That's what's up.
And a regular mattress. So I was lucky to be able to have just a regular mattress and not that cardboard bed.
That's what's up, man. I saw there's so many things that were happening during the Paris games. The Tokyo games were cool too, but it was also a little bit different because I was trying to make it, I didn't make it, so I was like a little bit tuned out. But Paris was so cool, and seeing, was it Tom Cruise come up in the closing ceremony, like Mr. Stuntman right there.
You know the funny part, and it's funny, Bryce, the 400-meter runner, he just posted his kind of vlog on the closing ceremony. Closing ceremony was awesome, standing out there for a long time. And it got to a point where like, all right, I'm going home, it's late. Left, And then all of a sudden now we got Tom Cruise jumping from the top to come into the stadium.
Oh,
So we missed it in person, but I got to say I watched everything else.
that's